What's good, bruh? This was a promo video that I shot for a collection of merch back in October 2025. Only gear that I had was my FX30 and this tripod, the newer LL55. This was only me and the dancer, no choreography. She was freestyling. Yeah, let's break down how I use the environment and some tricks that I use for whenever I do run and gun. So first off, the first thing you want to do when you're doing run and gun anywhere is just look around and try to identify anything that kind of looks interesting or inspiring. For me, the first one was this arch right there. You can see right there. I said, yo, that's kind of interesting. Let's put her head in it because her head is round, you know, curved. Let's kind of try to frame it that way. It didn't work perfectly, but I think it's a pretty cool image. Also having the side profile, kind of cool with the sun in the back, highlighting the hair. Second thing, those stairs. You don't see it again. All of this was kind of freestyle. I don't really think too much when I do these. Since the shirt has stuff in the front and stuff in the back, let's like have you do the same thing front and back and we'll like superimpose it. So it kind of looked cool. It kind of was a cool little effect right there. It kind of looks like, I don't know. It was kind of cool. So this spot right there, if y'all seen the last video, we're still using the leading line concept, the vanishing point concept, to give a lot of depth to the image. I found the little back alley pretty interesting to look at, and I thought having her on one side could make it possible for me to clone her. What I did is the simplest cloning method ever. You see right there, if you really look closely, there's a line. I put a video over the other video and I cropped it in the middle. Super simple. You just have to have your backgrounds match and it'll work. Also, making sure to highlight the shirt. You can't forget this is a promo for the merch. And so I made sure to use one clip of this when she is facing backwards. So you could see the back and you could see the front at the same time. Never forget about what you're trying to communicate. I was trying to communicate, yo, look at this new merch. This new merch is cool because it has nice designs on the front and the back. Again, super simple ideas. Looking around, I saw the staircase. Staircase is pretty cool. Go dance over there. I made the composition be like just a diagonal line in the middle. Gives it some energy. My Detroit players made the shot a little crooked. I really like using diagonals in my stuff. It makes stuff look kind of unstable, energetic, dynamic. You can really go deep into any concept. You know, lines are a very simple but very effective concept. You can do diagonal lines like I do a lot, or you can play with vertical lines. You can have a concept where you use vertical lines a lot. They give another feeling. Also, studying photography especially will really elevate your way of thinking. Detroit players, Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. And here's super simple. Tim's for my hooligans in Brooklyn. She's literally wearing Tim's. So what did I do? Film her Tim's at the sidewalk level, looking pretty cool. Do not overthink it. All right, so part 2. If we go into part 2. Have another vibe, another dancer. Just hypnotize me, and I just love your flashy ways. So this is that part, second part. First shot, let me show you the setup. The setup, I would not recommend doing. It's kind of risky. But yeah, that was the setup. That was the setup right there. All the tripod I just had laying in my trunk. A belt, a sock to not stab the dancer, him kind of holding it at the same time with the FX30 on it. Yeah, super janky setup. And in the second part, we also have another shirt, a second shirt. It was a collection of 2 shirts. On the first shot, we showed the front of the shirt. Composition is really not crazy. It's symmetrical, and I just used the Sigma 16 at f1.4 to just really get that background blur separation, to give it this cinematic look. Really, that cinematic look was what I was going after in this. And done a shot from the back, because again, we got a back logo. So I showed the back logo. Nothing. And When I went to the studio, because we also changed locations, I had no plans, no ideas of what to shoot. I got into the room, there was just a sunset casting a shadow on the wall. I said, yo, go do something in the shadow. Shot the shadow. And we also have kind of a frame in frame moment right there. It's another great composition trick. Using negative space, using shadows. Yeah. There's nothing special with this shot. Nothing really special with this shot. I tried to make it interesting using the tracking, the zoom. You gonna see. It was fine. And the last shot was not my idea. It was the idea of the other dancer. The dancer from the first part. And this one's kind of cool also because it's another frame inside of the frame. And yeah, using sound as well, you know, making sure you hear the sound. Having the ambient sound really makes it feels like he's shutting you off of his session. Yeah, super simple vid. My main takeaways from this is, first off, study the basics. Really have a good understanding of photography. What emotions different composition types convey. What energy, what feelings, right? It doesn't have to be deep. It doesn't have to be, oh, let's say you see a lot of verticality, so it reminds you of a whale's teeth. And whales live in the ocean, and the ocean is blue, and so it's sad. I don't think anybody thinks like that. But really develop a second sense of what will look good. And when you do run and gun, really your biggest friend is the environment. So really just look around and experiment stuff, because there's a lot of shots we didn't use also. And don't be afraid to steal ideas. If you see something that you like, try to identify what you like about it, take that component and mix it with your own style. Yeah, keep creating and stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see y'all in the next one, bruh. Goodbye.